Hi, Laura from Front Office Rocks, and I want to talk about hiring and training. So, there's a shortage of people available in our industry. I'm hearing it all over social media. I'm seeing it with all of our practices that it is hard to find good employees. And I'm not necessarily disagreeing with that, but I do believe that it's not just about finding good employees, it's also about the training of the employees that we get. So there are great people out there. There are people that you can hire who may not fully understand how to run a dental office, may not have ever worked in a dental office before. And it's not necessarily their success on how they do in the practice, only on their ability to do the job, but it's also a lot on us and our ability to train. And what I mean by that is you can take a great person and not train them well and have them not be successful. You can also take an average or good employee, give them a really good training and onboarding, and have them become a rock star. So I want to talk about the two areas that I think that we drop the ball when it comes to training in the dental office. And that is either we hire and we don't train them, or we hire and we train them too fast. So when I say we hire and we don't train them, what happens a lot of times is that we hire a new employee and we put them at the front desk and we show them the computer system and the phones and we say good luck, have fun, and we expect them to be successful. We have to allow time for the new employee, whether they have dental experience or not, to be trained. We have to train whether the person's worked in another office before, in the front or the back, to train them on how we want stuff done in our office. So we cannot just hire somebody and then not train them and expect them to be successful. The other thing is that we train them too fast. And what I mean by that is we throw too much at them at once. We expect them to learn everything from the phones and the systems that we have and the procedures we do and the insurances that we work with and the patients and the flow and the schedule, and the person gets overwhelmed. So we need to balance our training. We actually need to make sure that we're training our employees the right way. There are a couple successful actions that you can put in place to make sure that you're in training your new employees well. And the first is figure out what you're going to teach them and teach them that. Don't teach them too much at once. Allow them to learn something and allow them to be successful at something because we all want to contribute to the team. And if we have the ability to do one thing well, we're going to be able to contribute, and then we can learn the second thing and the third thing. The second thing I would say is do not expect somebody to learn in the midst of the chaos of the office. We have a lot going on during the day and there's a lot of things happening. So you have to allot time for training. If you want someone to be successful, you have to give them the time to focus on what they need to learn. It can't happen a lot of times in the midst of everything. And then the third thing is everybody learns differently. We have to recognize that some people learn by reading, some people learn by watching, some people learn by doing it and then, setting an example and then being corrected. Everybody learns differently. So just because the person you have on your team doing the training trains one way, that shouldn't be the goal as much as recognizing how the person you hired needs to learn. There are successful things you can do to train employees, and you can take an average or good employee and make them a rock star. But if you don't put in training well, you can also squash a great employee that could have been your long-term rock star. So make sure that you get the help that you need to train your team well, and you will grow an awesome team.